Volatility equals opportunity. So I created a scanner to find us the most volatile moves in the market happening right now. The whole reason you're watching this video is you want to be able to locate moves that go up 75% in 15 minutes. And how do we typically attempt to locate this volatility? Usually by looking at some kind of gappers or high of day scanner. I mean, take a look here at this stock. It is up over 53% on the day. But that doesn't mean it's an interesting trade setup right now. I'm going to prefix as we jump into the examples for this video with our current market condition. This is the 5-minute chart of the S&P 500. I don't remember the last time I saw such a consistent drop in the market. So if this scanner can find volatile trade opportunities right now with the overall macro markets doing this, it really is proving itself to me and you. Let's go back and use this move here to discuss the calculation that I'm making to discover volatility. So what I'm using is the ATR study. ATR stands for average true range. It measures the average distance from high to low over the last 14 candles. A great current volatility metric. The issue is that it measures it in raw value. So when this stock MNDR gets news in pre-market and it jumps from $1.94 all the way up to $4, that's amazing. The average true range sits at 27 cents a candle. I mean, even a stock like SPY, like the S&P 500 ETF, even when it's not volatile, like kind of chopping back here, the ATR is at 90 cents just because this is a $662 name. So the ATR just by default is going to be a much larger number. So it got me thinking, how do we normalize this ATR value so that it represents the volatility of the stock no matter that stock's price? And this is what I came up with. Most of this code, all these lines rather than this last one, are simply a copy and paste of the ATR study. You can hop into the source code of studies and just copy and paste the code if you need to use it in other equations. No need to rewrite the wheel if it already exists, right? Well, then this last code, what I'm performing here is a percent change equation. So I'm taking our new value, which is the current ATR, and I am comparing that to an old value from which I am taking the average ATR value over the last 14 candles. So what is the percent difference in this ATR versus the average over the last 14 candles? Well, here at the peak of this move, the ATR hopped up to 27.5 cents, thus being 238% greater than the average ATR from the 14 candles before it. Then what we do is we hop on over into the scan tab. I add a study filter ran on the 5-minute chart because I am currently using this in a day trading pattern. We'll show how you can use it for other reasons later in this video, but I simply copy and paste that study code, except that I say that the ATR percent change equation must be greater than 30 in order for a stock to appear on this scanner. Now, this is a completely subjective number. So if you either type this code up yourself or if you import it from my published codes, you can come in and change this, and you probably want to based on current market timing and conditions. Like if the markets have just opened, it's 9:30 a.m. right at opening bell, you probably want to kick this up to like 60. I'm currently making this video, as I've already shown you, in the midst of a sort of micro market crash, at least intraday today. I shouldn't say market crash. It's not that bad yet, but intraday today, it's a micro market crash, and it's currently 1:15 in the afternoon. Normally a really dead time. Most day traders have left their machines by now. But with a scanner like this, we get a couple of results. Let's go look at the top one being TOI. Oh, look, the markets are bouncing a little bit. Anyway, let's go look at TOI. And there you go. In the midst of a market harsh downturn and at 1:15 p.m. on a Thursday, you can still find a stock making a really nice move with this scanner. And just to hopefully visualize the math out here for you, you can see our current volatility study down here is at 40. So the current ATR is 40% larger than the average ATR from the 14 bars prior. The current ATR sits at 49.9 cents, now to 50. And before that, back here, the ATR was 28 cents, 29 cents, 30 cents. So it makes sense. This is a big jump in the ATR. Rather than just trying to scan by ATR values, we are now scanning by ATR rate of change based on the percentage. There's actually one more really important thing that I created around this idea as well. So we've gone over study, we've gone over scanner. I've also created a custom scan column so that you can run literally any of your scanners. Any scanner you would like, you can run, and you can sort now the results of this scanner by which stock on the scan list is currently the most volatile. Quickly, before we jump into how to set that up as well as other applications for this equation, I just want to let you know that if you are interested in downloading either the study scanner or custom scan column we're about to cover, they are all available alongside over 150 other custom ThinkorSwim codes on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. And right now, it is the biggest sale of the year. It's Black Friday. You can use discount code TURKEY to get 70% off. It really is a ridiculous deal. Over 3,500 of you are already signed up to the website. Thank you all very much. For those of you that aren't, there will be a link to the website in the description down below this video. To access custom scan columns within ThinkorSwim, you're going to click on this tiny cog icon to the far right of the header columns here, and then into Customize. From here, you will look up a column named Custom. You will see something like Custom 1 through 20. Add any of them to your set, and then come into the scroll icon, and here you can edit in ThinkScript. And all I did here was paste in the study equation. So just like it's showing us on the chart, the current volatility metric of the ticker based off of the ATR percent change, now we are seeing that in a custom scan column so that, once again, we can then double click on this to sort ascending top down the stocks that are on whatever scanner you would like and sort them by which are currently the most volatile, which are currently providing the best day trading opportunities. Oh, I should have mentioned that on this edit code modal, you will also need to left click on your time drop down here and select whatever time frame you would want. And this is actually a perfect segue into the next part of this video, which is other use cases for this equation. What I've shown you so far has all been run on the 5-minute chart, more so for a day trading application. But any time frame available to you within ThinkorSwim, you can use that to run these codes again. So let's make the column the daily. So now we're seeing this equation on the daily time frame. And let me actually hop back over into my scanner as well. I named it DTS volatility. If I'm good at the alphabet, that should be at the end. DTS volatility. And once again, from our study filter here, rather than running it on the 5-minute, let's run it on the daily. So now stocks must be greater than 30 on their ATR percent change on the daily chart, not the 5-minute intraday chart. And we're sorting top down, and I can see the top stock here, OLMA, is 133% greater is the average ATR, is the current ATR versus the average over the last 14 candles. Look at that TOI trade continue, by the way. When I first brought it up, it was trading here, made even a little bit more of a move since then. So there's a little live application for you. Let's bounce out to the daily and let's go look at OLMA. As you can see here, obviously an extremely volatile name with this massive gap up, and you got all this volatility on this day. It's made over a 27% move on this day. All of this is very vital and important information to have, once again, when you're looking for active trading opportunities. Now let's talk some use cases. First and most obvious problem you're going to run into with this equation is that out of open, you're always going to get a huge number on this study because you're going from pre-market bars, which typically, unless the stock announced news, just are going to be really flat, into market open volatility. So the ATR percent change is going to have a large jump. Now, you can, of course, make use of this study and the scanner and the scan column during pre-market. That's actually a checkbox that you can have checked on both the study filter and in the custom column, whether you want to or you don't want to see extended hours trading. So if you are a pre-market or an after hours trader, obviously you would want to keep this checked. But right when you come into market open, what I would do is I would turn this off, right? I would then go, okay, don't include extended hours, else you're probably going to have 1,000 stocks on your list here, because once again, everything is going to get some kind of big jump in ATR percentage out of market open. I'll just showcase that visually here on the chart. If I turn off my extended hours here, you'll notice that you don't get those like huge jumps on the chart here. The stock actually did start getting a move here, but it was still 16 and then jumps up to 50, 75. It doesn't get that same sort of extreme out of open, once again, because it's not showing and comparing to the extended hours flat bars. Now let me show you another cool thing on this same exact chart. So this candle right here is market open. Well, this stock makes a big move, and then it sort of also makes another secondary move. Well, this stock would have first appeared on this scanner once our percent change breaks above 30, right? Which is on this candle here when it jumps to 54. So from this candle onward, you would have had this stock on the chart. Actually, it doesn't come back below 30 until this candle here. So this whole time, you would have seen this stock on this chart. That's a lot of great volatility for you to trade. Actually, let's delete the line. This is a lot of great volatility for you to trade in this zone. That's the kind of opportunity we're talking about in day trading. And then this second move happens, and actually it never appears back on the scanner because the average true range, this is a weird thing to say, the average true range value is now so high from this first move, it doesn't really get a very large percent difference in the current ATR versus that average. So it never gets really anywhere back up near 30. To me, and some of you are going to see that and be like, well, Trey, that sucks. I mean, the stock still made a nice secondary move here. But to me, that's a good thing, right? I don't know how to say it, because we're looking at an example where it did happen. But most of the time, once a stock makes its first move, and those of you that have been trading, this might be a little bit of a 201 conversation. Maybe you've been trading for 4, 5, 6 months. You'll know what I'm talking about. If you're just getting started, I'll teach you something. Most of the time, when a stock makes that first move and then sort of starts fading, that's the opportunity. That's your opportunity for the easy money. I shouldn't say easy money. There's no such thing as easy money, but the higher percentage likelihood chance of you getting followed through on the stock, should I say, is in that first move. Once it then sort of fades away, this second move is much harder. It's very much more typically a very choppy kind of chop fade crap zone to trade in. So I'm happy with this sort of secondary move not ever showing up on a volatility scanner because it doesn't have higher than average volatility. This is the normal volatility for this ticker right now. You're not getting outside of that range. There's nothing to get super excited about yet. So remember, if you're interested in accessing and easily importing any of the codes covered in today's video, I've already added them to my website, daytradingstrategies.net. I add at least one new code a week. As you can see, it's usually more than one. Therefore, I do have my software set up as a membership service. Obviously, there's a monthly and an annual plan. And with the annual plan, you can use coupon code TURKEY, as it is still currently the Black Friday sale, to save 70%. That's 12 months of access to every new code I will add to this website for less than $10 a month. And if that alone doesn't sound like enough value to you, which is insane, also at no additional cost when you sign up to the annual plan, and only with the annual plan, you get lifetime access to the official daytradingstrategies.net Discord server. This Discord server currently consists of, oh, look at that, 1,111 members. It's a lot of eyes on the stock market, always in here talking about what stocks are moving. It's a lot of people using the same codes you're going to be using. So it's a great place to come in and ask questions, figure out how to get the code setups, etc. And there's even a channel in here for community shared code. So there's like a ton of extra codes available in here as well. I created this because I truly believe the fastest way to become a better trader is to be in a community of like-minded traders like this. And people charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month just for their Discord. And I'm tacking it on as a free addition to all the codes you already get access to. Just ridiculous value. Thanksgiving is coming up fast, so the Black Friday sale is not going to last much longer. So hurry up, head on over to daytradingstrategies.net. Once again, link is in the description down below. There's even a handful of free codes over here. And when I say free, I don't want your credit card. You don't have to make an account. I don't want your email to send you some crappy newsletter. They really are free. I truly believe that once you see how easy it is to import these codes and you begin to see the power of them, you'll really have no choice but to sign up. Also on this page is a 1-minute video tutorial to help guide you through how the process works. It's really, really simple. If you know how to copy and paste, you know how to import 150 codes into ThinkorSwim. Also, check out the reviews page while you're over here. Help decide for yourself if this is something that could help accelerate your personal trading journey. Sign up today and become a better trader immediately.